Now, for more on this, I'd like to welcome Afghan human rights activist Samira Hamidi. She works for Amnesty International's South Asia Bureau. Ms. Hamidi, thank you so much for joining DW today. We just saw it in the report, these incredibly courageous women taking to the streets in Afghanistan to demand their rights and freedoms to be respected. How concerned are you about these women and women in Afghanistan generally?
Thank you so much for having me. It is a very disturbing situation that Afghan women are going through, as we have seen in the reports and coverage across the covered by the media, and I think the whole world is watching. Women are in search of losing their freedom, losing their gains of 20 years, and losing their contribution in development of Afghanistan in the past 20 years. Unfortunately, unlike what we have been hearing from international community for the last 2 years, that Taliban has changed and they are actually more recipient to women's rights and human rights, as well as the Taliban making statements that we will respect women's rights. The last 2 days, brutality and repression that Taliban have shown to women protesters clearly shows that this group has not changed, and they do not actually respect women, and they do not really consider women as important part of the population and community in Afghanistan.
So do you think the women participating in these protests stand any chance of being heard by the new rulers?
It is a struggle, and it is a fight that Afghan women are putting forward, and it is because Afghan women have worked very hard in the past 20 years. They have given sacrifices. They have had personal and professional sacrifices. They have faced discriminations and threats and risks. And what happened on 15th August, everything vanished in blinks, and I think giving up on those hard works and gains and the hopes and aspirations that Afghan women had and have for the future of Afghanistan, I think they will be continuing, and I really expect and hope that there is a international solidarity by international community as well as by the people in the world on the bravery they are showing right now.
But really looking at the developments of the past couple of weeks, the international community has all but lost its leverage with the Taliban. In your opinion, what can be done from the outside to help defend women's rights in Afghanistan?
The international community has to, hold Taliban accountable for the negotiations and for the commitments that Taliban have made with them. If you remember, just one day before the end of evacuation, 90+ countries issued several statements stating that there will be safe passage for people at risk, including women. Taliban have committed to respect women's rights and girls' rights, and women inclusion is an important agenda for us. They have to stand with their, with these commitments that they have made, and they have to prove their words into action. They have been the ones who have been talking about an inclusive new government in Afghanistan. They have been the ones who have been saying that we are in Afghanistan to support women's rights and to work for a free country where women and men can work together. I mean, if they don't put their words into action, then eventually this is a betrayal, and this is actually a lie that they have been telling to Afghan people, especially Afghan women.
Samira Hamidi of Amnesty International, thank you very much for your analysis.